All right, good morning. Happy surprise stream. Happy Thanksgiving to those in the US that celebrate. Um, I have maybe an hour and a half before I have to go get to my mom's for dinner, so I thought it might be fun to hop on here. And I'm not really ready to dive into another build. You know, the prison was a pretty big process there, but I have a lot of cool builds that you guys haven't seen because I wasn't brave enough to start sharing them with Twitch. And I thought it might be fun to do a little like house tour type of video. So, what we're going to do is I bulldozed this 64 by 64 lot in Gibby Point, and I'm just going to pull in houses from my gallery. We'll download houses and see what we think. Look at some of the ones that I've built because I have some that I'm pretty proud of. Let's go oldest to newest, I guess. So I will say some of these are not my build. You know, like for example, this Beachcomber Lounge is just a redo of the already. I forget what it's actually called. It's not Beachcomber. I think it's something else. The green velvet is the blue velvet. I just revamped the base game. Old watering hole, same thing. That was like a revamp. But some of these like Yokohama Sushi and Hibachi is I built from scratch. The Cyber Lounge I built from scratch. So I'd like to, share those things with you. So we'll start with the small ones. And we'll go oldest to newest because, obviously I didn't have all the packs. This was 2023. So we are really wow, that was a long time ago. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago I built this, but we're going to place it. The venue type doesn't matter. Yes, that's fine. And I know it's gonna look silly because it's gonna be very small for this lot, but here it is. So when I built this, the idea was sort of a gaming cafe, bar, lounge. I believe I put it in San Myshuno. So, busy sidewalk street. And here's what we've got. So let's keep some walls up. Go in. We have this kind of focal wall. We have some little bar tables here at the, or bar height tables, I should say, at the windows. You can watch people watch. We have computers set up, and of course, I put gaming PCs because this is a gaming lounge. We have a little arcade section. Don't look over there yet. Here's our bar. I love this, like, I don't know what it's called, hologram sword. It reminds me of the sword you can, I can't remember what it's called, and forgive me, but in Halo, like I used to play a lot of Halo Reach back in the day, and you'd get that like see-through sword that you could just one-shot people with. That's what this reminds me of. More computers on this side, and then I did do like a stage area. I thought it might be cool for music and, um, maybe comedians or stand-up or whatever. This is just the bathroom, kind of boring. But then if you go up these stairs, we have the second part of our lounge, which is kind of we've got some games tables, a little photo booth, big TV with hold on, I have to put the walls up with consoles, and then we have our VR setup and some little couches for people to watch. So again, this build's from 2023. It's nothing special. It's not my favorite build, but cool nonetheless. So let's build bulldoze and let's see what else we got. It's kind of fun for me too, because it's like going back in time. All right, let's look at the sushi. Now, I will say, I the I'm trying to remember if this is functional. I'm pretty sure it is. The first upload that I did, if you're ever in here, this one is not functional. For whatever reason, they don't recognize the tables when seating guests. But this one was a lot of fun. I am a very, very big sushi fan, so I wanted to make something fun to visit. And I think this one I also placed in San Myshuno. I just figured like city, kind of upscale. Um, so it's going to be kind of hard to show you because see if I can fix the camera settings. That way we can do Uh, this way maybe. It's gonna be hard with that wall there, but if I put all the walls up, I did this cool kind of like built-in. This was when I learned that you could use 9 and 0 to raise and lower items. So again, this is an older build. Forgive me for, it not being perfect, but kind of fun nonetheless. Let's go back to normal because I don't know how to use the Sims 3 camera. So I did a fun little bar area here. The idea was that this was kind of like a hibachi table. Obviously, we don't have those in Sims 4, which is annoying because I'm pretty sure Sims 3 did have them. If not, Sims 1 definitely did. And then I did these little bar height tables, which I had to change because the original that I used in the first upload did not work. And again, just little bar tables. Back here, we have our bathrooms. I tried to keep it very zen, very, cute. So before we had, I don't know if this is before we had bathroom stalls or just before we had ones that were nice. I used garden fences to make little booths or stalls. And then we have the kitchen, which is just basic. So yeah, so there's here, put the roof back on. I'm curious to see when that upload was because bulldoze the terrain too. There we go. I just hit manage worlds. I didn't mean to do that. Forgive me. This is what happens when I don't properly plan and we're just impromptu stream. In other words, I just pace around until it's time to leave my house, so might as well keep busy. But move objects back on because... Nope, that didn't work. I missed BB. Okay. Gallery. That's what we want. Okay. I'm curious when this was uploaded. This was also 2023. So, yeah, definitely different. We didn't have as many packs and stuff to build with. Little starter home. Grandma's house, I think, is cute. I made this specifically a tiny home for a single elder. Yes, we're replacing the sushi. See, super tiny, super cute. I have one of those little nifty knitting mailboxes. Turn grids off because I just can't stand those grids. So you come in the front door. We have lots of wallpaper and ornate plate. It was really fun when I was doing this. I was talking to my niece and I'm like, what do you think of when you think of a grandma? And her first thing she said was bread box. And I'm like, okay. So I put a bread box here. I tried to stick with all, dark wood. I'm thinking of my own grandmother's house, which was all a lot of big dark wood furniture, lots of wallpaper and prints, pictures of all the kids, a little rickety TV. So there's that. And then we have her bedroom, which is kind of basic. Again, tiny home, so we don't have a lot of space. And her bathroom. I love any excuse to use these old toilets. And then the clawfoot bathtub, again with the wallpaper, and we gave her a little garden. Like I said, very basic, but very cute nonetheless. I love a good tiny home. Anything to challenge. Do I have to bulldoze in between, or can I just place a new lot? Just try placing a new lot. I think it'll just replace the whole lot. This one, I'm so bummed because the preview image does not give it credit. I think this is a very cool house. So it's an A-frame, and what I did was on the one side there's a little bump out with like a loft room. But these pictures just don't do it justice. So let's take a look. So this one's also from 2023. 2023 must have been a good year for Sims for me. Bye-bye, Grandma's house. Hello, Mountain A-frame. Okay, grid off. So I believe I put this in Mount Komorebi. Makes sense. But there's this house. It's stone and then the wood. I did do a little backyard. But I did a lot of fun things with this house. This was when I started playing more with like making my own shapes and making my own, you know, for this, my own stepping stones. These are um, a stump that's just merged into the ground. So we come in the front door here. I think this was also right after, before we got platforms. So we have a sunken living room. Cute. We have, I wanted a second bedroom, but there wasn't room with the loft. So I did one of these Murphy beds from Eco Living, I think this comes with. Um, and then the TV. This does open up. It does have enough space there. Everything in this house is fully functional. We have a little kitchen with a little island with stove built in. These were a lot of fun. So I did built-in windows here with a functional table, bar height table. Back here I did like a little office. I believe the girl that lived here was a writer. Um, Bathroom, super, super tiny bathroom there, but cute. And then the piece de resistance, my dream room. This cool little loft bedroom with, you can look down into the main room, main house. I keep seeing, is this from Realm of Magic or is this, it is. Okay, never mind. I thought that was from the, what's the jewelry pack we got or kit? But it's not. All right. And then the backyard, I just did a little garden, nothing fancy. Again, that's 2023, which is wild because this, again, doesn't feel like it was that long ago that I was building all of these. All right, what else we got? Family home. I think I'm hesitating to show this just because I don't know that I built this from scratch. This might have been a download from the gallery and then kind of zhuzh. You know what though? I think I did because I think I have a whole board on Pinterest of Sims ideas. And I'm pretty sure this was built off of a house in there. I don't know. We'll skip that one. My grimy underground bunker. I don't know why. I love building a dirty, broken down little house. Um, and this seemed, most people seem to like it. It had a lot of downloads too. So we'll take a look. This is a fun little, different from what we've been looking at. This was placed, I believe, in Strangerville. So I did, this is the sign from, oh, I don't remember the name of the pack. I'm so sorry. It's not, it's the one where, we got San Salvador. You can go and adventure and stuff, and you got your bug spray. It's one of those signs. But anyway, so super secret. The idea that the guy lived here was, conspiracy theorist, uh, off the grid, no electricity. So from the outside, it looks like nothing. It's just a shed. There's nothing to see here. Oh, except for through these secret library doors. And we go down into our grimy little dirty bunker. So again, this is off the grid, so lots of candles. Um, Here's our bathroom, shower, toilet. I just did a lot of like crates and weird little trinkets and, you know, extra storage. And there's the bed. There's our little listening device because, like I said, we are like conspiracy theorist type of sim living here. But that's it. It's real simple. Like I said, I have a lot of fun like thinking through in reality, like what would this be like? Oh, I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm used to going back here to look at the lots, not just changing the lot from here. All right, let's see. Oh wait, I want to put move objects on. gallery, not manage worlds. All right, so that was our grimy little bunker. When did I build that? 2023. 2023 is a busy year. Camp Copperdale. So this is one of my more favorite builds personally. This was when we got high school years. I redid the high school lot as a summer camp. So this is going to be placed odd because it's obviously not a high school, but I did place this over where the high school is. So when my Sims go to high school, they go to summer camp. I had so much fun with this. It looks a lot cooler in live mode so you can see all the little, bugs and stuff. But the buses line up here, you get off, and you come into Camp Copperdale. So this way I did cabins, and I had a lot of fun with this. I did like my idea was kind of like a cheerleaders kind of bunk, a, sports football kind of bunk, and then like a techie kind of bunk. So here is our cheerleaders. So I made everything very pink, very neon, plush and cute. We've got nail polish and little stuffies and, just cute little posters. I wanted everything to feel very lived in because the idea is that they do. They stay here. And now with the new Adventure Awaits pack, I can actually use this as a functional summer camp, probably. Going across the way here, we've got our sports bunk. So, same vibe. We've got some sports stuff. Here's a picture of the team. We've got some equipment, a little bit of mess. Some spare change, little robots. And then back here, this one's my favorite personally. I like the colors and everything. This is our techie bunk. So we've got some books. My ideas are more studious students, if you will. I use the term nerd affectionately, as I myself would be in this bunk. But we have some patents, we've got some robots, a little skeleton man, we've got the table of elements. Um, Very cute. There's some more little little diagrams and stuff. And then if we come back this way, we have basketball court. So I made a basketball court. I put the little signs up. We have some horseshoes. And then let's put the walls back up. Going this way is our classrooms. So I did make the classrooms basically the same. One has more like science-y posters, and then one has more, backwards, science-y posters. And then one has more like, I don't know what that would be. But whatever. They're basically the same. Here in the middle, straight ahead after we come in, is the lunchroom. So our lunchroom is here. And again, this does function. I placed it over the high school lot, and it does function perfectly fine as a high school. If we go to the left, sorry, this tree is a lot bigger than I thought. Go to the left of the lunchroom, we have our bathrooms. So we have a nice pink one with showers and everything, little bathroom stalls. They're identical. I just did one pink, one blue. And then I put our lockers over here on the side. And then coming back here, it gets kind of fun. So we have a pond that they could swim in. Obviously, it's a pool. But I put the one with the leaves and, some fun little floaties. I used the rusty stone stairs. Now we have new pieces for pools with the waterfalls and stuff that we can put in there. That'll be kind of fun if I ever decide to zhuzh this up for summer camp. Let's look at this next. So this is the principal's office. It's going to be hard to show because of how it's positioned, but I made it like a watchtower. I thought that was kind of a fun thing, and I put so much stuff in here. There's so many little like alt placed items to make this look really full, and see, it's going to be a pain, but make it look really full and like lived in. We are on Sims 4, it's just struggling. Uh, Here's a little chair, some of their awards. Yeah, so that's that's the principal's tower. And then over here, this is kind of like the, I don't know what you'd call it, the rec hall, maybe? So we got a big TV, some popcorn. This is kind of like after school, maybe clubs would meet here. We've got computers, we've got chess tables, we've got a little music area. These are games tables, but they'll function just like to sit at and have snacks or do homework. And then if we go downstairs, we've got more game tables. We've got some snack machines. I did like a little yoga room and a gym. So I tried to think. I think I played through one of like a homeless teen or something, and I had her kind of live here because then she had everything she needed. She was doing her workouts. She was doing her wellness yoga and meditation. But yeah, that is Camp Copperdale. Again, one of my favorites. It would probably function pretty well with the new Adventure Awaits. Ah, I did it again. I'm so sorry. It's making a mess of this thing. And back. I mean, honestly, that could probably stay here when we're done, but I'm still waiting to play Adventure Awaits. I haven't actually played with it. I built the prison and then I haven't been back until today. Life is just really busy. But we're almost through the end of the year and then we get PTO back. All right, open the gallery. Camp Copperdale. That was 2023 as well. Oh, we've got some good ones. What time is it? Oh yeah, we've got time. Okay, good. High-rise apartments. This one's a lot of fun. It is quirky. I've made this for very specific Sims, so it's definitely quirky. Why can't I place this here? Interesting. I wonder why it won't let me place. Well, we can come back to that one. I know where it lives. Von Windenburg Castle. This one was a lot of fun too. And this preview picture doesn't give it any credit for what it actually is. Um, this was when we got that castle kit. And obviously, what are you going to make but a castle? But I was very inspired by, I mean, I play a lot of games. I play Medieval Dynasty is kind of castle-y. Um, Skyrim, any of those kinds of games. Oh, she's lagging a little bit. Come on, computer, pull it together. I think it's just a lot of stuff loading in. Okay, so starting out front, we've got a moat, because what is a castle without a moat? Not a castle, that's what. So I put alligators in here, I put fish in here. Just, very fun. We have our little bridge, our drawbridge, if you will. And then coming inside, I made this as a residential. Oops, sorry. What am I trying to do? Go there. I made this as a residential rental, and then I rented this out to 4, again, very specific Sims. Um, and then I just locked the door for the other ones. But the idea is that each one of these little village houses contributes to the queen and her needs. So we have our vineyard. So we have the vineyard that makes all of the wine for the castle, and bees because maybe they make mead as well. These houses are very, shabby chic, if you will, because the idea is that these are peasants. They live here, they make bare minimum, and that's it. There is no electricity in any part of this build or this lot. So that's that one. This one here is our dairy farmer. So we've got our barn. A little bit cuter in here, but not much. And then if you go upstairs, we've got their little bed, and yes, they knit. I can't remember. It's been a while since I built this. Going the other way, we have our chickens. So this is our chicken farmer. Starting upstairs, we're doing it backwards, but there's their bedroom. Oh, I gave this one a child. So here's kitchen, living room, dining room, and then the child's room, which of course they have the castle diorama. Um, this one here is just a farmer, so just normal crops and whatnot. Put the walls up. And then their bedroom. Oh, we got laundry on the floor. I didn't know I uploaded this with laundry on the floor. Sorry about that. And then we go to the town center here, which we've got our fountain. The idea is that these are all merchants. You know, you can come here and sell your eggs. You can come sell candles. You can come sell. I did like a woodworking, flower arranging, all the things. This was meant to mimic kind of a blacksmith's, oven, whatever, forge. Um, Obviously, we're limited with our options, so that's what I came up with at the time. And then on either side of the castle, we have kind of a little garden with a wishing well. And then this side, same thing, another little garden with a fountain. All right, going in the front doors. We have the thrones, of course. So our king and queen sit here. Um, this was a fun build because I got to use a lot of things that I never normally ever even touch, like these knights or this gold trim flooring, these very ornate curtains. Like I never touch any of that. So this was a lot of fun to be able to play with all of those items. Obviously, these columns do not match. I know. That's part of The Sims. So we'll go this way first. So this is a very long dining table. There's our queen. A little tapestry, some wine barrels, and that's kind of it there. You'll notice these little doors, and then I made these hallways. They were going to be hallways just to get like for the guards to get around the castle, but I decided it was kind of better to use them as extra light because with being an off the grid build, there's not a lot of light happening, and you either end up with candles everywhere, which feels like too much, or you gotta get crafty. So coming this way is I planned it kind of like call it like a tactics room, I guess, where like you're planning your invasions, you're planning your trade routes, here's a book. Um, just odds and ends like that. What is this? Money fruit. Okay, I guess I planned on planting money trees, but I did not. Throw those over there. And then gold and, swords and scrolls and all that stuff. Again, with the secret door, we'll get into that later. Let's go upstairs first. So if we go upstairs, we have staircases from both sides. Brings us to our second floor. This is kind of just a little landing area. Over here, we have a library with some desks, and I put journals on here so that they could practice writing. I have the chess table, a little easel, another easel, and then I put a little balcony. Nothing on it, just a balcony. This is the ballroom, so big dance floor, piano, a couple more tables, a little bar. Just basic. That's kind of it for that. We go upstairs again, and we have this great big hallway, which I was pretty happy with how it came out. To the right here, we have the chapel. So this was, again, something I had to kind of merge together to make work. This bookshelf is fake. That is a doorway, which takes us where? Where are we going? And why? Oh, I think it just lets us to walk around the top here for the guards. This side is the queen's room, or the queen and the king, I suppose. So we have her. You walk in these doors. You have her sitting area. We have a little stove. Um, her her desk, her bed, little vanity table. And then this is her bathroom, which I remember being so excited about at the time. And now I look at it and I'm like, just a bathroom. Um, but trying to make a fancy bathroom with off the grid is difficult because only certain things function off the grid. And obviously, a queen's going to have a toilet. So I had to kind of use stuff I probably wouldn't normally go for. Again, this door just goes out so you can walk around the whole perimeter of the castle. And then we have the fun part. So if we go back downstairs, you're probably wondering, okay, we have this big dining hall. Where's the kitchen? Well, my idea of this castle is that the cooks and maids and all of that would not be up here. They would be in the basement. So if you go through this door and down these stairs, we have our kitchen. So there's some little, fruits and wines and whatever, a little countertop. I put mouse traps around. I know mouse traps are not medieval, but I don't care. It's The Sims. We have their full kitchen with their little recipe book, some garlic, some herbs, lots of plates, lots of wine, cleaning stuff, and then a little table for them to hang out at. I'm going to try and show you part without showing you the other part. So forgive me if this gets kind of weird, but this is like the servants' quarters. So it's just two beds. And this is their bathroom. Obviously, not very nice. Here's some extra paintings and stuff that are in storage. On this side, we have our apothecary witch situation because the queen has to stay beautiful and young and healthy somehow. So I have just books on books on books and herbs and bottles and potions and bugs, all the trinkets, a little flock of birds, the cauldron, of course, some spider webs. Um, yeah, so that's kind of that side. Now, if we go back upstairs and we go downstairs through this door, we have our prison. So I put these little My Sims guys. I don't even know if they're My Sims guys. Buddy. Yeah, I guess they're My Sims. I never played My Sims, so but I put them there. That's our guards. Here's some chains and some mysterious juice. A sword, just to keep them in line, I guess. There's the guy who used to live here, and this is hilarious, but also really gross. But these buckets function as toilets because I sized down the toilet. So if there's people here, they will sit over top of that bucket. I put a little mouse in this one, and there is a plate in here because I actually did have a guy in here in my where the castle is. And you do, because he's locked in here, have to remember to feed him or he will expire. So oh, there's how the buckets work. I had to build little basements and put uh use the 9 key to bring them up, or whatever it is, 0, 9, whichever one raises. But yeah, so there is a full overview of our castle. I had a lot of fun with this one. Like I said, the preview picture does not do it justice because there's a lot more going on here than you would think. All right, what else we got? Time is it? 10:22. We're good. We're still good on time. Crystal Towers. Eh, it's cool, but I don't think it's that cool. Let's do. I want my mid-century modern house. We're absolutely going to show that because that's probably one of my favorite builds. Let's do the rec center. Yes, the von Windenburg Castle. It's also a little weird placing that castle because, like, where does it fit? You kind of play, when I play with it, I just pretend like it's its own world, you know? Okay, this one's backwards. So we have the Brindleton Rec Center. I wanted it to be very fun. It's for all ages of the family. So we come in down here. You've got this big rainbow entryway with string lights. To the left, we've got our little, I think I had them serving pizza or something. Yeah, there's a pizza oven here. So I had them serving pizza and then little bistro tables. To the right is just a little garden with a floating birdhouse for some reason. Hmm. Oh, there's a tree. Sorry, didn't zoom out far enough. Okay, good. So there's a tree. Um, and then if we go in, this, oops, excuse me, this was a lot of fun to build. This blinking is very annoying. It does not do that in live mode. And then this fountain also works in live mode as well. If we go, I guess we'll go left first. The left, we have our kitchen. Nice big kitchen, little what's happening board, some art from the kids. We've got some game tables, a little lounge area, another little lounge area where they can play music or do poetry or comedy or whatever. In here is a bathroom and interesting. I thought this was after growing together. Not growing together. What's the one that gave us changing tables? Is that growing together? Maybe it's on the other side. But anyway, so there's that. We'll go upstairs and we've got a little snack area, some plants. That's a bridge that we can walk across, but we won't go there yet. We have our gym. We have our little shower room. And then over here is our spa and yoga area. So very cute, very zen. Do we want to go across now or do we want to go back down? Let's go back down. So then we can go out this door and in this one. And this is the kids' play area, which I had so much fun building this part. Um, just kind of a Chuck E. Cheese indoor play place. There's my changing tables. I knew I put them somewhere. Using all these big, crazy, jungle gym pieces that I never personally use because they take up the whole lot. But this felt like the perfect place. So there's that for the kids. And then I guess you can't get upstairs from this side. So we're going to go back. We're going to go upstairs and we're going to go across that bridge. And we have our maker space so you can sell all of your things and our space to make the things. And then there's a little dance floor as well. So I think you can practice almost every skill here. It's really pretty. I had a lot of fun with, all the colorful windows and the rainbow and making it nice. Again, with using these that I've never used, like these windows that are tinted blue. I never ever reach for them because I don't want blue windows. I want clear windows. But for this it feels like it's, it works. So, all right. Um that's it for that build. Squeeze in probably 2 or 3 more, depending on how big they are. Oh, I did it again. Sorry. Should put a counter on this video of how many times I apologize for going back to manage worlds. All right, bulldoze. And bulldoze again. Oops. All right, to the gallery. Okay, so we looked at the rec center. This house is cool, but it's a little niche, I guess. Let's look at our mid-century modern house. It's my favorite. I believe Oh, why did I upload it 3 times? What's the difference? I think it's one of these was built for me, and one of these is like I changed the furniture to be true. Yeah, this one. So let's do this one. And the one in between is probably just a mistake. This is my favorite build, probably that I've ever done. um, my best friend bought a house, a mid-century modern house, and I felt really inspired by it. My mom is very into mid-century modern decorating, and you know, I just I wanted to bring it to life. So here we are with our mid-century modern family home. This is meant to look like a garage. I understand that it is not a garage, but the garages they gave us were not mid-century modern, so I had to create my own. I did these little built-in flower beds, which were a lot of fun. They're just half walls. And then I did platforms that I raised and put bushes and stuff in there. So if we go in, oop, too far. We go in our front door here. We have our kitchen. I realize this is not going to be perfect because Sims does not give us mid-century modern everything. Like these cabinets. That's as best as I can do. But anyway, so there's that. Lots of clutter, lots of, you know, very lived in. I did some artwork. These pieces are perfect. The wall phone came out, so that was a really good timing. This fun tile. Our focal point fireplace, which I absolutely love. The starburst clock here. The sunken living room with this rug. This rug was the whole inspiration, honestly, for most of the house because I just love this rug. So I did matching curtains. I did some macrame. We've got, again, with the, mid-century modern kind of furniture. Obviously, the TV is just modern, but there's the fireplace again, our little bar area, record player. Very, very cute. Very high ceilings, wood and stone, and the parquet flooring. Just so good. This little light switch, so good. So going down this way, I have a little chess table. I did this kind of a hutch piece, dining room. This is actually where that garage door is. I know it's not a garage, but just shush. So there's that big mirror, some of these little lights, some plates and stuff. And then if we go upstairs, we have our little floating staircase. And it's going to get a little tight up here, but you come in up the stairs, you got a little landing with a mirror, some pictures, hallway, and then this is the master bedroom. In my actual playthrough, there's pictures and stuff in here that go through. Again, trying to keep it all very modern, or century rather. Bathroom. Bathroom was the hardest part. I don't know what a mid-century bathroom looks like, but I felt like this tub was giving the vibes of a mid-century bathroom. The tile. I realize a lot of people will probably think, oh, carpet. But I think that was more of a 90s thing. I guess the 70s did it too, but and then this is could be a kid's room, could just be a, another shared bedroom. I tried to go for kind of different color scheme because I had this rug to go off of. But yeah, so that is that. Let's see upstairs. Bringing it back downstairs and going outside, we have our pool, little lounge area. Put a telescope because, always fun to have some ways to die in The Sims. I did these little windows up here, which took forever, and I'm realizing now that we're missing one anyway, but we're going to pretend we're not. Yeah, so that's my mid-century modern house. Again, probably my favorite build I've ever done. I just had so much fun thinking through like the colors and what made sense and, just good. It's just so good. Warm, cozy vibes. All right, what else we got? we've got these are ones I did do builds for or videos for, but we could still go through them because this guy was beginning of this year, and then the rest of these are the rest of this year. So I think it could be fun. We'll skip the prison, obviously. We've done. I am so sick of looking at the prison. But let's go check out Buddy's place. Oh, it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're already here. I was gonna say I do want to show you guys the apartments that wouldn't place. We just have to go to the actual lot and see it. The Buddy's place. I put this lot in Strangerville. I have a grubby little man that lives here. He is a aspiring tattoo artist. I kind of went off the joke of like, oh, my buddy can do it, whenever you want to get a tattoo, and oh, my buddy can do it for $20 in his, in his truck or whatever. So this is Buddy. That's the guy. This is this off the grid? I feel like it might be off the grid. I don't know. We'll find out. Is it placed with the, doesn't, okay. Anyway, so the inspiration was from the, oh, what's it called? Trailer Park Mega Mansion or something. Fallout 76 has this base that you can place down that looks, it's just a bunch of trailers stacked on top of each other. And I was like, I could build that. So here we are with the Mega Mansion. If we start at the bottom, we have the tattoo shop. So you come on in, you get your tattoo. It is dirty, it is grimy, and I probably wouldn't get a tattoo from here, but it's okay. We've got these chairs covering that hole in the floor, a couple trinkets, just very cozy. If we go up to the next floor, we have a little bubble blowing situation, workbench, and a bar. So there's the nice cardboard dance floor. Our bar where, the barmaid that's worked here her whole life will serve you an empty glass. I need to get better about that. I apologize. Everything we've went into today has had a book or a pile of laundry, or at least I'm playing with them. And then the top is Buddy's penthouse, if you will. So here's his living room. Yep. Air conditioner's on the fritz. And his bedroom. There's that. And then his bathroom. Which, that's not the right door. This is supposed to be the screen door. There. That's what it's supposed to be. I don't know how it got changed, but there's the bathroom. Yeah, so that's our mega mansion. And of course, we've got garbage everywhere. This is placed in the desert. It looks a lot better, obviously, but you get the idea. All right, what else we got? Buddies. Sudsies. I believe Sudsies was my first YouTube video. I think it was. And it is a laundromat. And this was right after Businesses and Hobbies came out. And I was like, oh my God, I can actually build a laundromat. And the idea, the inspiration on this one was, I don't know if anyone watches Young Sheldon, but there's an episode where his grandma, his Meemaw, buys a laundromat and runs a casino out of the back of it. So I was like, that's a fun idea. I like that business idea. So this is Sudsy's place. So you come in. Well, let me put the walls up. And we've got just a grimy, dirty laundromat. Here's obviously your washers and dryers, or your washers, your dryers. Some folding tables. This, I would say, if you wanted dry cleaning or whatever. Some snacks, a little bit of happenings board, or you need to hire somebody to do something for you. I got to use these vents, which I never ever used, so that was kind of fun to put up. And then, yeah, then we come through these doors and we have a bathroom. And we have Sudsy's apartment. Possibly the tiniest apartment I've ever made. That's it. That's the whole thing. Fridge, microwave, sink, little table, TV, couch, and a bed. But then through the secret bookshelf, we love a secret bookshelf. We have the lounge, the casino bar, if you will. Obviously, we don't have casinos in The Sims, so I put games tables. The idea was that they would play poker, not Don't Wake the Llama, but you can't tell Sims what to do. Um, we have a foosball table, we've got our bar, we've got some darts, and then we have a stage. The person that I have working here, I have one of the employees. Her job, she has a very glamorous long red dress, and her job is just to sing the whole time. So she stands up here in her red dress and sings the whole time. Um, mostly for vibes, but functionally it does kind of work. So that is Sudsy's place. Then we have, what else we got? You know what's not? This is just the gallery, but you know what's not on the gallery that's really fun that I'm going to show you guys? We're going on an adventure. I redid the um, university housing for Brightchester. I'm not positive that's what it's called. It is Brightchester. Okay, good. uh, Here. Title Tower and Tiki Tower. I did do male and female only. Um, but the idea is just, obviously whoever can go wherever. So let's go take a look, because these I'm really proud of too. And I didn't put them on the gallery because I don't know if you can actually upload university housing. I would definitely have to go through and delete a lot of dishes and books and things because. All right, so there they are side by side. You can see. We put the walls up. Do the whole thing. Let's turn the grid off. So this is the girls' dorm. And let's start on the bottom floor. Actually, let's start. You came in at the elevator. Oh, the lights aren't on. So annoying. Anyone knows if there's a button to like make that work? Abby! It's been so long. How are you? Do you know if there's a way to turn these lights on without me just deleting them and replacing them? Guess I could. I'm not saving it. I'm just gonna throw some lights around. All right, so you come up the elevator. And you are greeted by very pink girls' dorm. So we have their living room, their little gem fireplace, their kitchen, little sitting area, little stage area. And then I did a garden and a hot tub and a little outdoor movie spot. And then if we go upstairs, oh, again with the dark, throw some lights everywhere. This is kind of a little lounge area. I put a little singing microphone and a piano, some spa chairs. And then we have our dorms. So we did no idea, me neither. We did pink and blue for this one. We did kind of pink and white. Oh, yikes. Who's dead? Molly. I don't know who Molly is, but rest in peace, Molly. Uh, And then this one, really fun for our artsy students. And then over here, of course, we have to have, you know, our Goth Wednesday-esque character with their pet space porcupine. And then we have the bathroom, little toilet stalls, shower stalls. And upstairs again, we have kind of the common areas. So we have a gym, we have yoga, we have games. This is that woohoo closet. We have jewelry making, flower arranging, woodworking, painting. This is another dorm room. This was the sim that I was playing as, so obviously they got the best one. um, it's more like a mini apartment, if I'm being honest. And they don't have to share. It's all for them. And then upstairs one more time, we have our pool. There's a little picnic blanket, a little bar, some lounge chairs, the pool. Yeah, that's the girls' dorm. We'll go check out. Oh, no worries. I've been swamped as well. It's been like a month since I finally finished my prison, and then it's been like a month since I've been on either. End of year is hard. It's just you got all the holidays crammed into one. You got for me it's all work stuff that I have to get done. It's just a lot. So no worries. But it's good to see you. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I hope you're doing well too. All right, and then this is the boys' dorm. So, and I did very traditionally masculine vibes. But again, with the food, I'm sorry. This is live. We're very lived in. So here's their kitchen, their little sitting area. Their living room is way cooler because I made this after I made the girls, and I had a lot more ideas. And we got that Don Lothario pack that just screamed, you know, stereotypical man. I kept the same little stage area, and then there outside is a basketball court instead. I alt placed all of these basketballs into that basket. The pain. Coming upstairs. Throw some of these around so we can see. All right. So this hallway, we just have darts and some easels and a piano. Our rooms, we've got blue and yellow. Yes. They have technically soccer, but it's like the rabbit hole soccer, not like real soccer. Or they can juggle the soccer ball. But yeah, why don't we have more sports? Even like tennis. I don't know. I feel like it can't be that hard for the animations, you know? There's a red and white and black room. Here's our orange and black room. And blue and black. Then we go upstairs and we have their common area, which is so much cooler. Throw some of these around so we can see. I swear this place is not this dark. It's just because I'm in build mode that the lights didn't turn on. So we come up the stairs. We have our gym. We have a little robotics area. Another woohoo closet. We have some not nectar making, fizz, what is this? Juice fizzing, woodworking, easels, some games tables. And then I gave the boys' dorm a cinema. So they have two movie theaters. Um, sorry it's so dark, but again, here we go. I did lots of platforms. I did fun little couches. And then on the outside here, I did movie posters and popcorn machines. I put these little signs up here to make it look like a now playing. But yeah, so that's that. And then upstairs, instead of a pool, the boys have a tiki bar. And this is all merged together because under here is that. So I was like, well, he looks kind of tiki-ish. They've got a DJ booth. They've got a bunch of broken stuff. That's fine. That'll be okay. Some buffet tables, hot tub. I gave them a bonfire. And then this part's all the same. The woohoo blanket and the bathrooms are the same. Oops. I literally copy pasted and just changed the colors. But yeah, so that's Tiki Tower. Yeah, cheerleading and football. I would like more school clubs too. Or like school clubs for elementary kids. Like why do only the high schoolers get to have clubs? They get what? Scouts and drama or something. But like why can't you know, why can't my child sim go to chess club or computers club or whatever? Give us more clubs. Or better, let us like the clubs that we can create, just let that be a rabbit hole activity for um child age sims. What else did I want to show you guys? Oh, I want to show you guys. What time is it? We're pushing to close. I have to leave in 10 minutes. All right, one more. All right, hold on. We're scoping things out. We're gonna find one more cool one to look at on our tour. I got a dirty motel. That's kind of fun. Edinburgh. Oh, I built a church. Did I build this church? See, I'm nervous because some of these I downloaded and then redid, and I don't ever want to show something off and be like, oh, I built this, because if I didn't, I'm not going to take credit for it. And I'm not positive, so we're not going to look at it. Forgotten Hollow, Brindleton Bay. I play Brindleton Bay a lot. Like this. I did not build this. I stole it. I took this from um the gallery. Some of you guys are just too good for me, and I am not that crafty. Yeah, book club would even be good. Even just like after school care. Well, I guess you can kind of do that now with the Adventure Awaits thing. I haven't played Adventure Awaits at all. I built the prison to play with Adventure Awaits and then never never played with it. But I'm more of a builder. I don't really like to play. I just like to build things. Like that boat. That boat's really cool. I did not build that boat. Henford on Bagley. I do play there a lot. I build anything cool? That's my artist house. That's a farm. I didn't build that. Build this. On a sweet. I might have just edited that one. Yeah, someday I'll get brave and try mods. I'm so scared. I'm like, it's gonna break everything. I go through phases. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, here, let's do this one. This will be a good last hurrah. Um, this is a set of row homes that I built, and this is all built for like really specific sims. But we can get through this in 8 minutes. It's gonna be a speed run here. Step one. How do we turn these outlines off? Okay, so I did beach houses, beach row homes. So the outside common area, we have bathroom. We have a little splash pad, pool, hopscotch. This is like a maintenance, the water heater and stuff's in there. Not that exciting. All right, and then let's start at the end here. These are all, again, very specific Sims, but so this was a single man, lived here. I just made it very green. I believe I had him in the law career. We'll find out when we get upstairs, but I'm pretty sure he was an aspiring lawyer. Yes, because here's his lawyer office. Don't look at that pink. That's the next house. Bedroom. There we go. Beachfront views. Beautiful. Our pink house was a woman with a daughter, I think. Pretty sure she had a daughter, but I did the little sunken living room. This is a television, kitchen with the little pass-through window. And then we have, yep, there's her daughter's room. And there's her bedroom and their bathroom. Very cute, very pink. And then this blue one is, my idea was college kids. I don't remember how many, but I do remember this being kind of like a beat up frat boy house, kind of. So we have ping pong, juice keg, couple cracks in the wall. Nothing fancy. Going upstairs, we've got bubble blowing, some very nice curtains. Nice big tarp to cover the hole in the wall. Someone's gaming setup. Oops, sorry. This is their bathroom. And then there's our 4 beds for our boys. There's their team poster picture. And then right next to them is the landlord, who is a sweet old woman. Oh, maybe dead. Oh no. That just says tombstone. I don't know who this is. My God, did she die? I made the mistake of leaving where Sims lives continue when you're not playing. So like they'll move in and out of houses and stuff. And I don't know. Rest in peace to whoever is in the front yard. But here's her apartment. So hers is very cute, very grandma. Have her little sitting. Oh, sorry, we're too zoomed in. We're gonna have to do half up. There we go. You can kind of see. We do top down. Is that better? Her little sitting area. Top down makes me dizzy. My idea was that's her and her husband. Her husband's passed away. Here's her bathroom. Nothing says grandma like a good toilet basket. And then if we go upstairs, grandma's room. I gave her a hunky policeman poster or calendar, a typewriter. Go regular mode and hit tab. Oh my gosh, this is life-changing. Why didn't I know this was a thing? Oh my gosh, and I can move around? Abby, I'm going to do this whole video over. This is so much better. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You've just changed all of my videos forever. This is amazing. All right, so here's grandma's room. That's how everyone gets those cinema. I thought it was like extra software they were using to get. That is so nice. All right, so let's go back down here and try that and see if that's... Oh, yeah, that's so much better. The walls don't clip and get all weird. A button to make it go down, too. I mean, maybe I just zoom it. I can't zoom in any further. That's okay. I'm going to look it up after we're done here because this changes everything. Huh. All right, very cool. We learned something new today. But yeah, so that's grandma's house. And then I think we'll call it there because I need to get to my mom's and help prep the rest of Thanksgiving dinner. I say dinner. We eat at like 2, so it's lunch, dinner, if you will. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little house tour down memory lane of all my previous builds. And I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you all hopefully soon. You too. Thanks for coming by.